right, ready to dive in. Today, it's all about the future. What lies ahead for humanity and our planet.
Wow, what a title, right?
It's going to be a wild ride.
Yeah.
AI, quantum computers, climate change. We might even end up chatting about humans on Mars.
You know, what's really interesting about this piece is it doesn't just throw out these crazy predictions.
Right.
It's actually grounded in all these current advancements. You know, science, society, even the decisions we're making today that are really shaping tomorrow.
It makes you think, like, are we on the right track? But, okay, first up, let's tackle technology. AI, it's moving so fast.
It's incredible, the pace of development.
And it could be amazing. Imagine you wake up, your AI assistant has already cleaned out your inbox.
No more spam.
Exactly. Planned your whole day, ordered groceries, no more morning chaos.
There's always a but, isn't there?
Right. There's a flip side. What about jobs?
Yeah, that's the big one. We talk about AI personalizing our lives, revolutionizing healthcare. Like, imagine instant diagnoses.
That would be game-changing.
Right. But we have to think about the potential downsides, too. Job displacement. What happens if AI gets so good it replaces entire job sectors?
It's a little scary to think about.
It is. We need to be proactive.
Yeah.
Thinking about retraining, adaptation, like right now, not waiting till it's too late.
Okay, so that's AI, but then there's quantum computing.
Whoa, now we're going even deeper.
I know, right? They're saying it could revolutionize everything. Medicine, materials, even like how we understand the universe.
It really could. Think about designing new materials at the molecular level.
Like custom-made molecules.
Exactly. Leading to breakthroughs in renewable energy. Or how about personalized medicine, tailored to your specific genes?
That's mind-blowing. But there's that cybersecurity piece. Quantum computers could, crack all the codes that protect our data.
It's a huge concern. Imagine all of a sudden online banking, private messages, everything's vulnerable.
It's almost like we're creating these incredible tools,
Yeah.
but then potentially giving someone the keys to unlock all the doors.
It's a delicate balance. We have to be really smart about how we implement these technologies, put safeguards in place.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit. Climate change. This isn't just about, saving polar bears anymore. It's about the future of humanity.
Absolutely. This is about us.
Rising sea levels, displacing entire populations. It's a lot to wrap your head around.
It is. But the good news is, amidst all this, there's a surge of solutions coming up too. Like, think about renewable energy.
Solar, wind.
Right. They're becoming so much more efficient and affordable than ever before. What if we could actually break free from fossil fuels completely?
That would be incredible. I also love this idea of a circular economy, like minimizing waste.
Such a powerful idea.
Reusing, recycling, really thinking about where our stuff goes. What if products were designed to be recycled from the start?
Exactly. Designing for a second life. It's a total shift from our current model, right? Like, take it, make it, throw it away.
Yeah, in a circular economy, that could really make a dent in our environmental impact, make us more resourceful, more resilient.
Definitely. And it all starts with us, right?
It makes you think about your own choices, doesn't it?
Yeah, what can you do?
Like using reusable bags, taking public transport.
Even those small things can add up.
They really can. But it can't just be on individuals. We need systemic change, too.
Absolutely. We have to tackle this from all angles. And as we're thinking about these global challenges, it's important to remember everything's connected. Population growth, resources, technology, it's all intertwined.
Speaking of population, cities are exploding.
It's kind of mind-boggling.
Mega cities with more people than some countries.
I know. It makes you wonder about resources, social dynamics. How do you even provide for that many people sustainably?
It's a huge question. And then within those cities, you have this growing digital divide.
Right. Technology is becoming essential for everything. Education, healthcare, opportunity.
But if you don't have access?
You're automatically at a disadvantage. Imagine your access to the internet determining your entire life.
That's kind of terrifying. So how do we make sure everyone benefits from all this progress? Not just, widens the gap.
It's a tough question. It's more than just handing out gadgets, right? It's digital literacy, infrastructure, making sure everyone has a real shot.
Okay, so from megacities, let's take a giant leap to space. This piece actually talks about humans on Mars, building colonies, looking for alien life.
That's the dream.
It's straight out of a sci-fi movie, but it raises some pretty big questions, too.
Oh, definitely.
What are the ethics of colonizing another planet? What if we actually find aliens? How do we even approach that?
It's a whole new world of considerations. We have to be careful, responsible. think about the potential impact, not just the excitement of discovery.
And let's not forget the practical side. Space travel, it's expensive, it's dangerous.
It pushes us to the limit, both technologically and as a species. But the potential rewards, they're huge too. Imagine what we could learn from Mars, from beyond. It could completely change our understanding of the universe.
It really makes you think. If you could go to space, would you? What would you hope to find out there? I have to admit, the idea of alien life, that's what gets me. What would that mean for us? How would it change everything?
It's the ultimate unknown, isn't it?
It is. Okay, bringing it back down to Earth. Let's talk about the ethics of technology itself. Gene editing could wipe out diseases, but what about designer babies?
That's a Pandora's box.
Right. And AI is getting so sophisticated. Are we ready for something potentially smarter than us?
It's a critical moment. We're on the verge of all these incredible breakthroughs, but we can't just rush in blindly. We need ethical frameworks, guidelines, regulations, make sure these technologies are used for good for everyone.
So it's not just about watching technology happen. We have to actively shape it, make sure it aligns with our values.
Exactly. We're not passive bystanders. We have a responsibility to guide this progress, to think critically about where it's taking us.
That's a powerful thought. We're not just along for the ride. We're at the wheel.
Exactly. And the future, it's not one set destination. It's a whole landscape of possibilities.
It's a bit overwhelming, but also exciting.
Right. And a bit scary. But that's what makes it so fascinating.
Okay, we've covered a lot here, from AI taking over our jobs to the possibility of humans hanging out on Mars.
And everything in between.
It's clear the future is full of challenges, but also incredible opportunities.
It's a balancing act.
It is. We have to be smart, responsible, and maybe a little bit brave.
Absolutely.
So buckle up, because this deep dive, it's far from over.
Stay tuned. We've got a lot more to unpack.
Much more to explore.
You know, it's interesting to think about how our relationship with information is changing. We're constantly bombarded with it.
Oh, tell me about it. News feeds, social media, notifications, it's never ending.
Right. It's almost like we're drowning in information, but actually starving for real knowledge.
It's true. How do we even filter through all the noise? Figure out what's reliable, what's biased, what's just plain wrong?
That's where media literacy comes in. It's becoming so essential.
Like a superpower.
Exactly. In this age of information overload, you got to be able to evaluate sources, recognize bias, understand how information is being presented. It's not enough to just passively take it all in.
You really have to be an active participant.
Absolutely. You got to engage.
I get that. But it's tough, right?
Mm-hmm.
Anyone can post anything online these days.
Oh, yeah.
So how do we know what to trust? It feels like a minefield out there.
It's a challenge, for sure. But we can handle it. Develop that healthy skepticism. Question your assumptions.
Okay, I like that. Question everything.
Right. And don't rely on just one source. Cross-reference, compare, and most importantly, think critically. Don't just accept things at face value.
Dig deeper. Ask those questions.
Exactly. Form your own conclusions.
Okay, so media literacy, critical thinking, those are key.
Definitely.
But then there's this whole other issue, data privacy.
Ooh, yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, it's like we're leaving these digital footprints everywhere we go online. And it doesn't really feel like we have control over how that data is being used.
You're right. Think about all the data you generate every single day. Your searches, social media, even your location from your phone. It's a goldmine for companies.
It is. And the rules around how they can use it, it's all still kind of being figured out.
It is a bit of the Wild West out there.
It's unnerving, right? On one hand, you want the personalized recommendations, the convenience. But then there's this feeling like you're constantly being watched, analyzed. Where do we draw the line?
That's the million-dollar question. How do we balance the benefits of technology with our right to privacy? It's a tough one.
It is. No easy answers.
Not at all. But it's something we all need to be thinking about, as individuals, as a society.
It's like this constant push and pull, isn't it?
It is.
Innovation and responsibility. We want all the cool stuff, but we also have to be mindful of the downsides.
Definitely. We can't just embrace every new thing without thinking about the consequences. We have to have those conversations, the ethical ones, set boundaries, put safeguards in place before it's too late.
It makes you wonder, with AI getting so advanced, blurring the lines between humans and machines, what does it even mean to be human in this future?
That's a question philosophers have been asking forever, but it's more relevant now than ever, right?
It is. If machines can think, learn, even create, What sets us apart? What makes us human?
It's almost existential.
It is. Are we headed towards this future where, like, humans and machines coexist?
We're working together.
Yeah? Or will AI surpass us,
Yeah.
become competition?
It's hard to say for sure what the future holds, but I think by having these conversations, we can at least try to anticipate the challenges and the opportunities.
Right. Try to shape the future we want.
Exactly.
And that's kind of empowering, right? We're not just passengers on this train. We have a say in where it goes.
Absolutely. The future isn't fixed. It's something we're building. One decision, one innovation at a time. And sure, there will be bumps along the way, but there's also this amazing potential for progress, for positive change.
For making the world a better place.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've gone from, like, information overload to data privacy to basically questioning what it means to be human in this age of AI. That's a lot to process.
It is, but it shows how everything's connected, you know?
Right. All these different threads weaving together.
And how they all influence each other. We can't talk about technology without thinking about the social impact, the ethics, the philosophy of it all.
It's like we're creating this giant tapestry, and each thread represents a different part of the future.
And how those threads intertwine, that's what determines the final picture.
Makes you think about the choices we're making today, doesn't it? What kind of tapestry are we weaving?
That's the question. And the exciting part is we get to decide.
All right, buckle up. We're diving back in for the final part of this deep dive.
We've still got a lot to cover.
Space exploration, the global perspective. It's all coming up, so stay tuned. Okay, we're back, and wow, we've covered so much ground already. It's amazing how it all ties together, though, right? Technology, climate change, ethics, even space.
It really is, you know? It's like we're looking at this huge, complex puzzle. And you can't just focus on one piece. They all kind of
Affect each other.
Exactly. We need to think about everything together. You know, like a holistic approach, I guess you could say. Because the solutions, they're not going to be in just one area. They're going to be in how everything connects.
That makes sense. So where do we go from here? How do we move forward in a way that's both innovative and responsible? How do we actually create a better future?
That is the big question, isn't it? And honestly, there's no one right answer. But what's exciting is that we have the tools and the knowledge. Like, we're not starting from scratch. We can really use all this to make a difference.
I like that, using our, ingenuity, using that for good. So give me some concrete examples. How can we use, say, technology to actually make a difference?
Well, imagine using AI to, like, optimize our energy grids, right? Make renewable energy more efficient, more reliable. Or how about using AI to develop personalized medicine, like treatments tailored to your specific genes?
That's amazing.
Right. And what if we could use AI to, like, predict and prevent natural disasters? We could save so many lives.
Okay, now that's the future I want to be a part of.
Mm-hmm.
One where technology is actually helping us solve these huge problems, making the world more sustainable, more equitable. But you said earlier, it's not just about technology.
You got it. We need a shift in mindset, too. It can't just be about the cool new gadgets. We have to remember we're all connected, we share this planet, and we have a responsibility to take care of it and each other.
So it's not just about individual actions, it's about, like, collective action.
Yes, global cooperation. We got to think bigger, beyond national borders, beyond just the short term. We need a long-term vision, a global perspective. And then we can actually work together to create a future that works for everyone.
That's powerful. It's like realizing that even small choices, they matter. They contribute to something much bigger. And honestly, that gives me hope.
It should. We can make a difference. And that's really what this whole deep dive has been about, you know? It's about giving you the knowledge, sparking your curiosity, encouraging you to think critically about what's ahead.
We've explored the possibilities, the potential pitfalls. We've talked about AI, climate change, even the ethics of going to space.
Yeah.
It's a lot to take in.
It is. But the future, it's not set in stone. It's something we're creating right now through the choices we make, the actions we take, the vision we share.
So as we wrap up this incredible deep dive, I want to leave you with this. What kind of future do you want to be a part of? What role will you play in shaping it? What legacy will you leave behind? It's time to start thinking about those things.
Because the future, it's not just a destination, it's a journey. And we're all on it together. So let's make it a future worth fighting for.